Hey guys, welcome to another Monday night of Grubb Cast. I'm running just a few minutes behind. I was trying to get paperwork here and stuff done. So get my chair here situated. So uh, start out with the sponsors that makes this happen for me. Fish Sticks Rods. I put them to work this weekend. Hooking Donkeys. Put some of his baits to work this weekend. Sanborn Builders. Ace Hardware. Uh, I've lost track. I'm running behind. I hate when I run behind. Ace Hardware, Hobbs Roofing, Pizza Stop, Southern Ohio Sanitation, and William and Son Construction. Guys, if you see any of them guys out there, give them a shout out. Let them know you you seen their name on here, and just give them a shout out, man. They really make this worthwhile for me. All you guys do. Last week I had a bunch of people on here. Yeah, Steve, I got a little bit of raccoon eyes going on. That's that sun. You had us out in that bluebird skies for 2 days at Lake Erie, which it was a beautiful weekend, just not for me. We'll get into that a little bit later, but uh, I got a lot of tournament results. I got information on the tournament up at Lake Erie. Uh, got tournaments that took place on Muskingum River and stuff. So before we get started with that, tonight's, and I got a real good trivia question. Steve come up with a real good trivia question for tonight. So tonight we're going to give away the 4-inch Little Ditty, and it's a Midnight Madness hooking donkeys. Hey, Dustin Hoy, you ain't in some other state on a kayak somewhere? Here's what the Little Ditty looks like a little French fry. So whoever gets a trivia question tonight at the end of the show will win this package of baits. Guys, like I said, last week I had a bunch. It's starting out again tonight. This is starting to really be impressive of the people I get tuning in on Monday nights and the people I run into that say they really enjoy my show. So, hey, Carol, we sure are missing John on Wednesday night. Oh, Dustin, you're going to be in PA next week. Okay, let's go ahead and get the tournament stuff. I'm going to skip around a little bit because the Federation tournament's got a little bit more stuff, so I'll do it at the end. So let's go ahead and start with the Monday night last call last week. They was at Lake Snowden, and the fish was eating last Monday night for them. They had a really good. I think I seen they had 8 overs. So on Lake Snowden Monday night last call, first place was Leonard Parson and Jake Spouse. They had 5.89. Second place was Rick Burns. He had 4.45, and he had big bass for 317. That's good fish. And third was Otto Binzer and Bree Robinson. 398. Some of these names, guy, have a hard time getting them pronounced. So I'm sorry if I butcher your name. Hey, Chuck Keller. I hope Mikey's doing a lot better. Wednesday night at Lake Snowden, first place went to the old hammer, Charlie Grubbs and Tom Gould. They had 2.44. And me and Josh got second. We had 2.12, but we beat Dad out of Big Bass and Tom we had 1.41, and I think theirs was 1.2 something. So I had to take his Big Bass from him, but he did win the tournament. Uh, Saturday, Jesse French and George Carr and a few others. Uh, they put on an amazing tournament. I didn't get to fish it, but I heard about it. They put on an amazing tournament down at the Muskingum River for a memorial for, hey, Tracy, uh, put on an amazing tournament for Ronnie Boggs that lost his life early this spring in a automobile accident going to work. And Jesse and George and a few other guys there really put on a really good tournament. They had 43 boats showed up. Uh, First place and big bass was Baker. I think I couldn't hardly read her. It was part on the picture. He had 6.53 for first place and 3.09 for uh, big bass. Hey, Joseph. Uh, Second place was Van Dyne and Royce. I think that's Danny Van Dyne, if I'm probably not mistaken. He's a Muskingum legend. 5.60. Hold on a second. See if we got something wrong. Oh, no, he sent me a picture. Travis, you better, if you see this later, you better get out of there. Sent me a picture. Travis Six sent me a picture where he's fishing. Hey, Jamie. Ed. But on back to the Muskingum River on Saturday. Hendershot and Lewis got third place with 5.34. It looks like there was a tie for third and fourth, and they broke the tie with Big Bass. Fourth place was Coon and Coon with 5.34. In fifth place was Evans and Seeger with 5.90. And again, guys, I did not get to go down there and fish that tournament, but I heard, they done a really, really good job. They had 43 boats. And like I said, Ronnie, this money goes to Ronnie's fiance, and they just had a little baby. I think he's just turned a year old, I do believe. So, that was a good little thing that Jesse done. Jesse's, Blue Rock Bait and Tackle, that's top notch, guys, to put on a tournament and help out these people that really need it. So, and thanks to all the guys that showed up. 43 boats, that's a good turnout on the Muskingum River. So, hats off. And, even if you just go buy one or two jigs or some kind of bait from Blue Rock, just support Jesse because he supports everybody else. He makes some good baits. He makes some real good baits. I had some shipped to me this last weekend up on Lake Erie. But hey, Lane Bailey, that's a boy down in South Carolina. Okay, over to the Federation tournament this weekend on Saturday and Sunday. Guys, we had 78 boats signed up and 53 co-anglers. We're going to do the boaters first. And then I got some stats. You guys will really like these stats. Alex Connor got first place with 32.16. And I got to go back here in a little bit and see who has the closest guess on the weights for both of them, because Mike's going to give a bag of baits out for that. So, second place went to Dylan Bordor. Like I said, I have a bad time with pronouncing names, but he had 29.65. Third place went to Kevin Wells, which Kevin's usually always in the money up there. He's a good stick. He had 29.17. Fourth place was Frank Arthur Jr. He had 26.84. Fifth place was Andrew Gray, and he had 26.41. Sixth place was Eddie Levin, and he had 25.30. Seventh place was David Wells with 24.10. And we paid 8 places, and eighth place was Rob Dean with 23.89. Guys, you know, I knew there'd be, I figured 28 to 30 pounds would be the good number for up there. And the guy that won it, Alex, he come in the first day, he had 21.90, and he's all smallmouth. But on day 2, I guess he didn't take the gamble and run out after them. He stayed in close because he ended up with 10 pounds, but that's all he needed. I mean, he had a pretty good 2 pounds, almost 3 pounds ahead of the second place. So, and the cutoff weight, top 31 guys, cutoff weight was 16.72. And that's what I knew that if you had 14, 15 pounds, you was going to be real close to making the cut. That's what I was shooting for, but it didn't work. I ended up 43rd place. First day I only had 4.97, and the second day I come in with 9.93. No, that ain't right. 9.26. I come in the second day with 9.26, and I'm telling you, I done everything I should do except one thing, and I told you guys last week, and that's I do this show, and I'm gonna be real. I didn't listen to what I tell everybody else to do, and I ended up with a deceased fish on day 2, which cost me a quarter of a pound. And the reason I lost that fish is because I put 2 in a live well, and I thought, well, when I get 3, I'll turn it on auto. And I know better. I know always when I get 2 fish in the live well, turn it on auto then. But I was just not paying attention to what I was doing, and it cost me a fish. And I don't like to lose fish. And I tell you right now, guys, we did not lose that many fish for the heat and the weather and the many guys we had fishing. The fish care was really good up there, but I was one of them that was deceased. But it's a lesson learned. I'll go into that here in just a little bit too. On the co-angler side, number 1 was Ryan. That same name I tried to pronounce earlier. That must be father or son, evidently, or maybe brothers. Yep, same last name. So Broadwater or something like that. He had 23.20. Second place was Tim Dean, which is Rob's that got in the other one, brother. He had 21.62. Hey, Craig. Adam Gitchell had 20.64. He was third. Fourth was Mark Greco, and he was 20.03. And Mark's always up in the money. He's a very good co-angler. Fifth place was Fred Teets with 19.63. And sixth place was the one and only legend, Dylan Phillips from our club. He ended up sixth place, and he had 19.07. So he done, once again, he's gonna be they get him in a boat, he's gonna be tough to compete against. And seventh place, they only played seven places in the co-angler side, was John Perscrisco, and he had 1905. Okay, now I'm gonna go back here to the stats of the whole tournament. This is pretty impressive. Uh, on the boater side, for 2 days, total weight caught on the boater side was 1,130 pounds, .03 in fish. We had 506 fish weighed in 2 days on the boater side. An average weight of fish was 2.23. That's pretty good average for there. And average fish per angler was 6.75. That was on the boater side. The co-angler side, I got my sheets all messed up here again now. Here we go. Co-angler side, total fish caught weight was 512 pounds even. That's total weight of the 2 days on the co-angler side. Number of fish was 236 fish, and average weight of fish was 2.17. Hey, John Campbell. And average fish per angler was 4.45. So, guys, you know that's some good numbers. Lake Erie is a really good fishery, and I'm just going to touch just a little bit on a thing that I tried. You know, the I guess the best thing to say is it ain't all about winning, and it ain't all about placing up in the top. I want to, but I can come home with my head up and say I learned something. I I have a spot up there that I really know produces good fish. I went to it both days, uh, and I I should have knew better. I do know better now. If there's no wind and no current, my fish don't set up where I know where to go to in that spot, and the spot's too big for me to go around and chase them because they're scattered. When the current comes in and the wind, they suck into this one spot because that's where all the bait fish is. So from now on, I know not to run back there and try to get into this spot uh, with the no wind. Because I mean, like I said, I caught fish in there, but it was not like I usually go. I can go in there and catch. I also not making excuses, but Matt Taylor said here Howard lost a 5 pounder up there on a buzzbait. Uh, I I lost too many fish. If you don't fish clean, I lost 3 fish in 2 days, and I broke 2 off setting the hook. Uh, the 2 that I broke off may not have been fish or bass because I did catch a couple catfish, but I'm pretty sure they was bass. But the 3 I lost them on the jump, so I know they was bass, and I know they was keepers. They was solid fish. So, but you can't catch them all the time. I'm a little worried because this weekend is the BFL up there. I need to really do good in the points to make it to the semi-nationals or to the regionals. But I'm concerned that the weather is going to uh, the weather's going to be about the same as what it was today. So I, I'm going to have to really, really put my head down. Uh, and I may end up just going out and chasing smallmouth. I hate, in a tournament like that, man, I do not like to chase after something I don't already know what's going on. But I know if the weather's the way it's been, it don't do me no good to go to the spot I usually go to either. So, yeah, Dean, there's Dean Barnhart. Uh, really, Dean, I'd do it for anybody. Dean commented here about helping a fellow angler out. Most of you seen that Andy Jeffers had a bearing go out over in Fremont. I was coming home from dinner, going back to campground. He called me. I told him, I said, I'll run over. I got tools in the truck. I'll run over and see. I thought we could get it together because he had a hub, but it just, I don't think it was the right hub for the trailer. I don't know, but I couldn't get it to fit. And I wasn't going to try to force anything on and not get it. So he tried to limp it home on 3 tires. And I told him, I said, wait until in the morning because uh, that's a bad try to do in the night. So I he waited until in the morning and he got to Lancaster or just above Lancaster and the other tire went out on him and he had to have it rolled back home. But at least he was a little closer to home. But guys, uh that's what we need to do. Help each other out. We don't need to be against each other. We're against each other on the water. When we get off the water, we got to be friends and bend over backwards to help each other. Uh, we don't have to be friends on the water, but once you come off the water, you know it's we're a brotherhood. We're not trying to beat each other on the land. We do take all that out on the water, you know, and I'm going to be broke down sometime. Just a little thing that I didn't post on Facebook or nothing, but yesterday evening in Columbus, I had a vibration in my truck. I pulled over, thought I had a flat, nothing, couldn't see nothing. All the tires was fine. Got back on the road and realized that my back tire was wobbling. When I pulled off the road, I had one lug nut holding the tire on. The other lug nut I took off with my finger. 2 lug nut studs was broke completely off of the tire, and the third one was gone. So my tire was within seconds of falling off of the truck, the back tire, and we just was running 75 mph down 23. Don't tell me somebody above wasn't watching over me, because he gave me a warning. I pulled over and I checked it, and I was able to get lug nuts off of another tire of each tire and get it to where I could get it home. And now I got to take it up to Rick's tire shop tomorrow morning, and he'll get me fixed back up so I can head back north uh, either Thursday night or Friday afternoon. I don't know yet. I got to see how this week goes. I'd like to go up Thursday evening, but I got to see how work's going. Uh, but and that's the thing. We're all going to be broke down sometimes. So let's help each other out instead of being against each other. Like I said, when we get on the water, all gloves are off. You know, I'm gonna try to, Rusty. I'm gonna try my hardest to, but I don't. I just got to see. I got to see how work's going. Ollie's is going. I got to make sure all that stuff's taken care of before I take off and go play again. I got to make sure all the stuff there. I got to make my bosses happy. If I don't make my bosses happy, I won't be fishing at all. Uh, job comes first, fishing second. Uh, but yeah, let's see. We better do the trivia question. I've been round on. And I got to take and go get truck swapped around. Um, Trivia question. Everybody ready? Okay, here we go. and it's for the Hook and Donkeys little ditties. Okay. When Hank Parker won the Classic on the Potomac River, who came in second and why did he get second? When Hank Parker won the Classic on the Potomac River, who came in second and why? Nope, not Charlie Harley, Dean. You got to tell me why he come in second. Kevin Wells just text me. Jim Bitters. Let me go to the text message. Jim Bitters, and he lost a fish while measuring it. And he got beat. Jim Bitters lost the Classic that year. Hank Parker won it by 3 ounces. And if you go back and Google this and watch it on the video, Jim Bitters is measuring his 4th keeper, and it flops out of his hands, hits his windshield, and bounces out of the boat. And that cost him the Bassmasters Classic in, I think it was 1989. And they still play that to this day. And that's another lesson, guys. When I measure my fish, it's in the bottom of the boat, the floor. I do not, or on the cooler lid. I do not measure my fish up on the top deck because they can bounce out. I've seen them jump out of live wells before. Okay, Kevin. I think I got your address. Message me. I'm gonna give you a call anyhow after I get off from here. I got some running to do, but I can call you while I'm doing the running. But to get your address. But yeah, guys, another good evening. A bunch of people's been on here. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the comments. Hey, Dave Kassler. I see you made it back from New York. You had a good weekend too. We both had a good weekend of bad luck. Hopefully that burnt mine up this weekend. Next weekend I can go up there to the BFLs and do some good. And also, I want to, and I cannot pronounce their last name, but it's Al Swansea's Bait Cleaning and Bait Shop up at Minkers West Campground. I want to thank them. Tori is letting me leave my boat up there so I don't have to pull it back and forth. And she said I could do it anytime. Man, that is so much relief that I don't. It's a good thing I didn't have the boat on my truck last night because the tire could have come completely off. I'd say it would have broke the other lugs off, and it would have not been good with a boat trailer behind you and losing a tire. And I had a young kid in the truck with me too, so it's probably just good that I got to leave the boat up there and travel home and travel back. It's just so much easier on me doing that. But guys, I appreciate it. And hopefully next week I won't have excuses of lost fish and bad luck. Maybe my luck will change around and I'll be able to catch some fish and and finally have a good tournament. But it's still, my life has changed around a lot, and bad luck or not, God's watching over me, and He's making me a better person. And I hope out here I can help somebody. That's my goal, is help somebody every day. Because guys, that's what we need. We need more happiness and just joy in life. The way this country's going now, we need more of that than trying to be against each other and all that. We need to get back to the old country of united. That we don't see that much anymore. But okay, guys. Well, Kevin Wells just texted me again, and he said, "Give my baits to a kid that fishes." Thank you, Kevin. I will do that. I will find a kid. Uh, Actually, what I will do is I'll put them baits in my boat, and uh, I have had here lately since I put the stuff on my truck and everything. I've had kids come up to me, uh, and I will. The next kid that comes up to me, I'll hand them the package of baits and tell them it's from Kevin Wells. One real quick thing, I was fishing at a spot at Lake Erie, and as bass fishermen know, and I'm saying about us uniting, and I'm not being mean or nothing, but the pleasure boaters up there do not like us bass fishermen at all. They give you the glare when they come by. Well, I'm fishing this spot, and the guy comes, he says, "I'm docking right there." And I said, "Okay." So I get my boat up against the rocks, get away from him. He pulls in, he docks, and I'm going down through there, and he says, "Hey, sir," he said, "my son here fishes right in this area, and he never can catch any fish, and I see guys here fishing." And I said, "Wait a minute." And I got down in my boat, and I reached in the bag that I've been catching the fish on in that area, and got him a handful of the baits, took it over to him, and handed it to the little kid. And the little kid had a smile on his face. And I told him, and he will, if they watched me catch three fish. Two of them was short fish, uh, right there when I was doing that. And I told him, I said, "If you do what I tell you here, you'll catch fish here, even from the bank." So, and I love doing that. I'll give baits to kids all the time. I've got too many things in my boat anyhow. So to see a smile on a kid's face is a lot better than having him baits in my boat. So, okay, guys, I got to get going. I said I'd stay at 30 minutes. I'm at 32. I'm breaking the rules, ain't I? Yes, Carol, it would be. We will eventually. We'll get it turned around to where, and Dave Castor said, a handshake is a contract. Absolutely. My words, if I can't give you my word, I don't need to give you nothing. So, okay, guys, until next week, I'll see you and everybody go out there and just hold the door open or pat somebody on the back and tell them, have a good day. Put a smile on their face. Until next week.